Hello, it is day 51 of countdown to the new year. I know I missed yesterday, but it's all good. I'm continuing, I'm picking up where I left off at, and I hope that you guys are having a good day and that you've had a good day so far, and that you are just basking in joy. I know that fall is settling in where I am. It's like cold one day and then hot the next day. So wherever you are, make sure you're getting your vitamins, make sure you're supplementing, make sure you're taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. So this video, I wanted to talk about atmospheres. So over the past couple of days, I've just been investigating myself as per usual and regulating and doing self assessments. And the thing that kept popping up is atmospheres. And the reason being is I've just been feeling lately that where I am currently, I'm being pushed out of the atmosphere. It's almost as if the atmospheres that I am in can no longer contain me. Like I need a new atmosphere that will be able to contain the spirit, the soul, and the body. And I relate that back to I understand. I recently learned that one of the reasons that Satan and the demons and the other angels that fell with him could not stay in heaven was because of the atmosphere. The atmosphere could no longer contain them. They could no longer stay in that pure atmosphere full of light, full of love, full of purity. So the atmosphere itself kicked them out. And obviously, with the help of Michael and his angels, but the atmosphere started to kick them out. It started to warp their bodies, it started to drain them. And I feel like that is something similar to what's happening with me, and it may be happening with you too. And I truly believe that that's the sign that God is calling you to more, or God is calling you to greater. And God is pushing you into the atmosphere that you deserve, that you belong in. And things will start happening around you. Your friends will disappear. Family and friends, they won't be as tight knit as they used to be. Um, your job, things will start happening at your job where you're like, man, I don't know what's happening here. You used to be like the top dog, the top girl or guy for the job, but now you're really not seen as that person anymore. You're not the go-to person. You're constantly being overlooked for things. You're being overlooked for a raise. You're being overlooked for that promotion. Um, and not to say to give up, not to say to give in, obviously, but it's the atmosphere trying to prepare you for something. It's literally like it's like the atmosphere is telling you get ready for something else. Get ready for a new atmosphere because we're about to kick you out. Like you can't stay here anymore. We're about to kick you out and push you into a new atmosphere, a new destiny, a new purpose, that true purpose in which God created you for. And I think it has to do, it's something similar to birthing. Now, I don't have any children, but if you understand the concept of how women give birth, the child grows, right, over the span of 9 months. But at the end of that 9 months, they have to birth that child. So they have to bear down. They have to bear down through the pain. They have to bear down to push something very heavy out of them. They have to switch atmospheres. They have to switch their minds to push it out. Not before time, not after time, but on time. Think about that the contractions start on time, usually. If this is a healthy pregnancy, the contractions will start when it is time for that baby to be born. That is the most likely of circumstances, right? I'm not talking about other type of circumstances that may cause premature birth or delayed births or whatever it may be. The ideal scenario is that that child has made it 9 months, 40 weeks, or 41 weeks, and the baby starts to push on the uterus, and then the contractions start. You have all of these hormones going off, the signaling going off. But that baby does not come out unless that mother pushes, unless she bears down on that pressure to push that baby out. If she doesn't push when those contractions come at the right moment, at the right time, that baby is going to get stuck. So, what is inside of you that you need to birth out, that you need to bear down and birth out? Are you getting this inkling that your atmosphere is changing, your atmosphere is shifting? Maybe it's your job and God is saying apply to another job. Maybe it's a career and God is saying that's not the career I called you to. That's not your ministry. Maybe it's applying to school and God's telling you, okay, you've gotten this far on X, Y, and Z, on your high school diploma, on your associate's degree, but you need to go back to school and get this. Even a certificate. Maybe it's moving out of an apartment into a house, renting a house instead of an apartment. Maybe it's getting that new car, moving across state lines, moving across the country, moving to another country. Whatever that thing is, what is the atmosphere pulling you out of now? What is the atmosphere making room for? What are you birthing to make room for? But also, what atmosphere are you cultivating? What atmospheres are you cultivating? A lot of times when we're talking about birthing, a lot of people, they do not understand what goes into the viability of a pregnancy, of a mother's womb, of a woman's womb. There's so many different cells, there's so many different hormones, there's so many different things that one has to prepare in order to carry this child, mentally and physically and emotionally. Exercising, pelvic floor exercising, all the different things, regulating of the menstrual cycle, regulating of the hormones, eating correctly. What are you putting inside of your body? What are you putting inside of your incubator as you're birthing this dream, as you're creating an atmosphere for this thing to come forth? How are you talking? What does your self talk look like? What does your talk towards others look like? So, to review, one, what type of atmosphere are you cultivating? Two, is your atmosphere speaking to you? What is your atmosphere saying? Is it kicking you out or is it pulling you in deeper? Is it God or is it another force? Three, how is your atmosphere preparing you to birth into the world the purpose and the destiny that you were created for, that no one else can do? It's really profound, honestly, when you realize these and you do self evaluations and different accounts on yourself and what's around you. It's very enlightening. We've reached the 10-minute mark. I hope not to stay on these videos longer than 10 to 15 minutes, but however the Lord leads, it might be longer. But this is a relatively short video. So, in closing, it is my prayer that God allows you to understand what's in your atmosphere. How is your atmosphere being conducive to you and to others? And I pray that we understand how our atmospheres influence what we're birthing into the world and how we will birth into the world our destinies and our purpose, which is inside of us. I pray that we have the best atmospheres around us. That is the Lord Jesus Himself, and the atmosphere of heaven would be around us and consume everything that doesn't belong, or anything that is dark, anything that is pulling us away from the Lord, or that's pulling us away from our purpose and our destiny. I pray that we have the strength and composure and the ability to change our atmospheres if that's necessary, but also the strength to birth the thing that God created us for in this world. Therefore, so that we can live an abundant life and take one foot at a time, one step in front of the other, through different goals, through different missions to live this life in its abundance. And it has to do with regulating and controlling and understanding our atmospheres. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Bye. Peace.